Welcome back, folks. My name's Shane. I hope you're well. You were listening to the tones of the Phonkify pedal from the folks at Tsakalis AudioWorks in Greece. This is handmade in Greece, and it's essentially a two-in-one. You can combine an Octaver with an envelope filter, or lock the envelope filter all the way off into more of a cocktail kind of sound, which I really like. And I'll showcase all of this stuff coming up. On the right-hand side of the pedal over here, we have our filter or envelope filter controls, and we get four main controls for this. We get a mix, which controls the wet-dry signal, the input gain, which is how aggressive the input signal is that hits the envelope filter. The Q control controls the sort of overall EQ curve. It's wider with it to the left and a tighter sound with it to the right. And the frequency, which controls where that Q frequency actually is. And again, we'll showcase that coming up. On the right-hand side of the pedal over here, we get a three-way toggle switch, which changes the way that the envelope filter sounds and feels. So with it up, we're getting a low-pass filter. With it in the middle position, it's band-pass, and in the down position, it combines them both, which is pretty wild. On the right-hand side of the pedal over here, there's an expression pedal input, which will override the frequency control on the pedal. Now what this means is you can use this like a conventional wah pedal with the Q all the way to the left using an external expression pedal. On the left-hand side of the pedal over here, we get our Octaver, and this is super musical. It basically works with this octave control in the center, which allows you to go anywhere from a blend between lower and upper octaves down to more just lower octaves with very minimal upper, and the opposite as well. So if you want more of a churchy organ sound, you can set it further to the right, which is going to be sort of more upper octaves, or anywhere in between, of course. Now the cool thing with this pedal is you can reverse the order or keep it from going right to left and then out into your amplifier. We get a pre and post switch on this side, so you can find a sound that works for you. This pedal runs on 9-volt DC. We get top mounted jacks, which I can appreciate. And we also get internal voltage doubling for more higher headroom. So that's really cool. This is all done automatically. Just plug a 9-volt DC power supply into this and you'll be in business. While this pedal is true bypass, I love the fact that if you only need to play a really short pass, rather than turning the pedal on, turning it off, you can hold either one of them down and it will be on until you release it where it'll turn off. So that's really cool and it works on both sides. And lastly, before we get into it, a massive thanks to the folks at Tsakalis AudioWorks for sending this out. If you want to take a look at it, I'll link it down below. Let's get into it. All right, let's kick it off. In today's video, I'm playing my RJ Guitar Skycaster. It's loaded with 2 single coils and a humbucker. We're going into the clean channel of my Fender Blues Deluxe reissue amplifier. And any clean pedal platform amplifier, so to speak, will be great with this. It really just funks up the situation with an N in there. All right, let's give this a shot. So this is my clean tone, neck pickup. All right, we're going to take a look at the filter side, which gives you that envelope filter, funky tones, all that kind of stuff. We're starting with the toggle switch down, and we have the mix control just back from 12 o'clock. Here we go. That was the low and the band pass. So let's go up to the band pass on its own. Super funky, and the low pass. Sounds great. Let us know what you think of that. I think it's super funky. I dig it. And while this will do the envelope filter thing, if you want a cocktail style sound, you can turn the Q all the way down and then use this toggle switch in combination with the frequency control to dial in a sound that you like. Now for this, I'm going to start clean. Have a listen. Ibanez Tube Screamer. Now with this on. So as you can hear, it's completely changing the sound. You can get a cocktail sound or that traditional envelope filter. I want to showcase that with the Tube Screamer because the Tube Screamer has a particular type of sound that works great for lead stuff. Then as you click this on, you're hearing a difference in the tonality. Let's take a look at the mix control. Now the cool thing with this is if you have it dead center, getting a good balance between your guitar signal and the wet signal of the pedal. As I turn it left, you're going to hear more of my guitar, and as I turn it right, it's going into crazy zone. So it'll be a wetter signal. Have a listen to this. Yeah, so that's pretty wild like that. And of course you can change the frequency of the effect and all that kind of stuff if you want by using the frequency control over here. The left side of the pedal is your Octave Effect, and this sounds so good. Have a listen to this. This is my clean signal. Now I threw some bends there intentionally to show you how well it tracks. Here we go. So that's adding both upper and lower octaves to the sound. Now let's say, for example, you're more partial to the low frequencies. You can push it this way. This will take out some of those higher frequencies. Yeah, that's awesome. And of course you can go the other way as well, which is getting rid of the lower frequencies, bringing in more of those highs. And not only does that track great, it feels so good to play. I really like this to the left. It really just fattens out the tone. I've just cranked the drive on the Ibanez Tube Screamer up to test it with the Octaver. And this is a really great way of just making your tone pop if you're a live player. Let's have a listen to this. So that's my starting tone. Octaver on. I mean, I love the sound of that. Let us know what you think about how it sounds with a little bit of drive. Let's take a look at the pre and post switch over here. Now, the cool thing about this particular toggle is it allows you to reorder the effects. So with it in pre mode, I've actually got the octave ahead of the filter instead of the filter ahead of the octave, which is this way. So let's have a listen to both modes here. So it really does emphasize which one is in front of the other. So if you've got it in this mode with it to the right hand side, you are hearing more of the envelope filter than you will if it's over here. This is great. It tracks so well. I really like that. That's cool. If you're someone who already owns this pedal or you're thinking about buying it, experiment around with the input gain and also the output volume, because depending on how you run this, you'll either need more volume or more input gain or less of one or the other. So just experiment around, but I kind of set this up to where I really like it. So I'll just give you a quick example of what these do. You you can hear that it becomes way more aggressive the further right it is, which means I don't have to pick as hard to get the sound that I'm going for. So yeah, just experiment around. Again, this is more of a feel thing. The output volume drastically impacts the overall volume going to your amplifier, but in combination with these two controls, you can get some really great tones. All right, let's wrap this up. I'm going to give you my final thoughts here on the Phonkify pedal from the folks at Tsakalis AudioWorks in Greece. So not only is this built well, it's really musical. The Greeks have a really great way of making a pedal very functional, but also very simple. This is a 2-in-1, and it's got 6 controls and 2 toggle switches, which is really awesome. So it's nice and simple to get a feel for, which is something that I can really appreciate. Now when it comes to the Octave Effect, I really love that. I could use that just on its own with some overdrive or clean if I just wanted to fatten out my tone if I was recording or playing live. So that's really cool. But the envelope filter side is really musical. It's super cool. And I don't have an expression pedal to test out the control on this side over here. So yeah, maybe check some other videos for that. But just as it is, even if you don't have that, it's great. I love the top mounted jacks here. The fact it will go easily on a pedal board, which is super cool. And being able to use both at the same time, or one or the other, kind of separates it from a lot of other pedals where you'd sometimes always have to have one side on to utilize the other effect, but this isn't the case here. So yeah, this is super funky. I'm going to put this in the best of 2025 because I've actually really enjoyed playing this. I wrote a new backing track because I plugged this in and had a fiddle around with it yesterday, and I thought I'm going to have to come up with something a little disco flavor. So if you're into those styles of music, or again, if you just like to have something a little bit different in the context of the mix, this is a really great choice. Massive thanks to the guys from Tsakalis AudioWorks for sending this out. If you want to take a look at it, I'll link it down below. Thanks again. Catch you soon. See ya.